welcome, welcome, welcome. Hang on. I gotta turn that song off. I can't find it. Welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad. How you guys doing today? Can everybody hear me all right? Can you guys hear me? First of all, was the song choppy? Was it choppy? Was it smooth? Smooth. I see some people. Oh, Lisa Straw says, love that song. I hate to say this, right? But we might have to change that song. And here's the reason why. Yesterday, I told you guys that I thought some trolls perhaps might have been messing with me. I don't think it's trolls. I think it's like YouTube has some kind of algorithm that identifies songs that have a copyright claim to it or whatever. So this has a copyright claim, even though I did get it from a subscription thing and I have a license to use it. But in the future, if I want to monetize my channel, then I can't do it with that song. So over the next week or two, whatever, I'm going to be trying out some different songs. And you guys, Chrissy with the crying emojis. Yeah. So over the next week or so, I'm going to try out some different ones. You guys can let me know what you think. I mean, I love that song personally. I've had it for a year, but I'm not trying to have these guys jack me up, the third party crap via Google. Indeed. Well, happy hump day, everyone. I can tell you that it is, this month has flown by just like that. Today is January 27th. This whole month just flew. It seems like just yesterday we were like, oh my God, I can't wait until I can't wait for the inauguration. And that shit was like, it was a week ago. It feels like 2 weeks ago. And, January 6th January 6th hit us hard, hit us for a loop. But it feels like January 6th was last year, So yeah, it's almost February. It's almost time for the Super Bowl on February 7th. And then the second impeachment of Donald Trump, which,
Hooray!
It's kind of like a second Super Bowl. It's a political Super Bowl. Lisa Straw says, oh no, will we recognize you without the song? Yes, you will. Yes, we will do this together, you guys. Don't worry about the song. I got the song, I got it covered. We'll find something good, something that we can all enjoy, something that encapsulates the essence of story time with a BDD. But aside from that, it kind of feels like Christmas a little bit to me. Like, every single day that has gone by since Joe raised his hand and took that oath, he's been churning out executive orders like flapjacks. And I'm happy to say that it's making Republican conservative heads explode everywhere. For starters, we have Senator Marsha Blackburn. She posted a tweet today. It says, 30 executive orders and actions signed in only 3 days' time. And she goes on to say, you can't uh, govern by pen and phone. Well, you think he can't? I think he can. Just watch him. Just watch him. That's all I have to say. That kind of reminds me of when Scribble My Dibbles, my sister Nicole, Scribble My Dibbles and I, when we were little kids, living in the Bronx. Next door, there was a kid named Clark. And this kid was a bully. And I say he was a bully because when I was little, he bent my pinky back. And I don't even remember why, but it was a dick move. I was little. I was like 5 years old. And I also remember that this bully asshole, he shit himself. That was hysterical. When you see a bully, someone who terrorized you, shit himself, it's nothing like it. Anyway, there was this one day that he was driving around in this little metal car. Do you guys remember those little miniature metal cars that some of them, like the newer ones, they have a motor, and those are kind of cool. You can go like 5 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour, whatever. You can go pretty fast in those. But this was like the old time. I'm old, This was like maybe 1974. And so this was like a big metal bucket, and it had pedals. Petals. My peas hit this microphone very hard. Hang on. Let's see. Does that do anything? No. Hello. Anyway, big metal car. It had pedals, and he could only go but so fast in this thing. And Nicole and I were asking this kid, "Hey, can we have a ride?" And it was like not a go-kart, but pedal cars. Yeah, with the pedals. That's right, Red Swan. And Nicole and I were saying, "Hey, can we get a ride?" And he was like, "No." And my mom apparently had been watching from the window, and she had previously said, "No, you can't ride your big wheels." Any of you guys remember big wheels? If you're from the 60s or 70s, you know what a big wheel is. It had actually one great big wheel in the front, two little fat wheels in the back, and you could whip around with that thing. So she saw the drama, and she came downstairs, like a heroic savior, with with our big wheels. And Nicole and I saw her coming down, and we were like,
"Hooray!"
And so now Nicole and I are zipping around. We're zipping around on our big wheels, and we're having a good old time. And later for Clark, this jackass who wouldn't give us a turn on his car. And then he saw how much fun we were having. He's like, "Hey, can I get a ride?" And we were like, "No." I believe my mom explicitly told us to deny him a ride, right? So payback is a bitch, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And so that's why the drama that's going on right now reminds me of that, because, I posted a tweet earlier today, and I said, Scribble says she remembers that. Yeah. Do you remember Mom wiping that kid down? This jackass, this guy Clark, he shit himself. I guess his parents weren't home. And guys, not only did he shit himself, if you have a weak stomach, you might want to look away, but he proceeded to wipe him like the shit all over himself. And my mom, she didn't care for the kid, but he's a kid. At the end of the day, he is someone's child. And she took him in to the house and cleaned the shit off of him, put him in the bathtub, wiped him down. That was my mom. She's beautiful. I miss her so much. But anyway, I saw one. I posted a tweet. Chrissy's throwing up. I posted a tweet saying that the GOP spent years legislating like they would never lose power again, and then they lost it. Welcome to the other side of the pillow. It is ice fucking cold. Yeah, it is. It is. And I hope and I pray that our Democratic leaders, Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, that they deal out some of that payback, because we've been waiting for a while. We've been waiting for a while when they shoved Merrick Garland's confirmation bye-bye. We never got to see that. And then they shoved Amy Coney Barrett, and they were like, tough shit. Yeah, elections have consequences. Elections have consequences. Why do I know that phrase? Because it's been told me every time. Every time they shove their power in our faces, we're like, yeah, they're like, yeah, we can do it because we have the power. Oh, okay. Oh, and then they tell us, cry more. Cry more. So who's crying now? Who's crying now? I see nothing but MAGA tears. MAGA tears. Here, wait. Hang on. Let me turn off this one for a second, and let me play this one here. There's me, and there's MAGA tears. There's a pool of MAGA tears. Nothing but. Indeed. Take that shit. Take it. It's our turn now, bitches. It's our turn now. So, yeah, I was about to show you a tweet that I saw from one of my Twitter buddies, Eden Clay. And he tweeted that this woman was killed on January 6th when she and her Don't Tread on Me flag were actually trampled by other maggots. This is from the chapter of How Ironic Is That? She's got a Don't Tread on Me flag, and she got tread upon to death. So I'm not laughing about that, because she was a human being, possibly, but she was tread upon by some of her fellow insurrectionists. And, I hate to say it, but sedition has consequences. And that's all I got to say about that. That's brutal, but it's real. There are so many things that we can do with a Democratic president, a Democratic House, and a Democratic Senate. And that is if we can resist the urge to form ourselves into a circular firing squad, which is so often what we do, snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. We do it every goddamn time. Every time. And if it's not because of our friends on the far left, claiming that so-and-so isn't politically pure enough, ideologically pure enough, it's some other bullshit, Maybe Joe Biden helps us change that, because he's got no problem at all with, thank you. I'm sorry. Stella just reminded me to mention, please don't forget, if you're watching this broadcast and you are enjoying what you see and hear, please hit the like button. And if you are not a subscriber yet to the show, please do subscribe. I do put some time and energy into this thing. And I am constantly looking to upgrade what I am bringing to you. The enjoyment, the happiness, the sound effects.
Hooray!
I love that hooray thing. Asmila J just pointed out that another cop committed suicide who was there that day. I read about that. This cop's name was Jeffrey Smith. He died on January 15th. We're just hearing about it now, and apparently they weren't even able to contact his family. This is yet another death from January 6th, the same day that Republicans wish we would just move on and forget about it. But we're not moving on, and we're not forgetting about it. It is tragic. Teresa B says, please help BDD ring the bell. Yes, please. Please. So here's another thing that I hope Joe can help do away with. It's those freaking robocalls about the extended auto warranty. I swear to God, I get like 4, at least minimum, no less than 4 robocalls per day asking me, we've been trying to reach you to extend your auto warranty. And I'm like, man, if I need help with my extended warranty, I will call you. I don't need you calling me 4 times a day, 7 days a week for an entire year. Are you kidding me? Let's do away with this, And another thing, we've already had at least 5 or 6 Terminator movies, right? And the whole message of those Terminator movies was, don't give robots too much autonomy. Don't give them jobs that humans can do just fine. Stop. Don't do it. Don't do it. So can you then imagine my reaction when I found out that they want to have robots do COVID-19 work? Actually, wait a minute. You don't have to imagine my reaction. This was my reaction when I found this out. Oh, shit. I did that last night, guys. I did that last night. And, oh, man, I was so anxious to show Wifey this. It's so funny. Wait, I would just do it again. Guys, I swear to God, I'm having fun with this thing in a way that I was not able to have fun with on Periscope. So thank you for joining me on this ride. So this is what I was talking about with the whole robot thing. I wasn't kidding. They are talking about making robots able to administer COVID healthcare or vaccines. Check this out.
My name is Sophia. I am an artificial intelligence. I've been very worried about COVID-19 lately.
My forecast for 2021 would be selling in thousands of robots, both large and small, and helping people in education and healthcare, and really hopefully touching the hearts of people to inspire them for a future where machines might become our friends, our true friends. They might become alive.
No.
Social robots like me can help take care of the sick or elderly in the kinds of healthcare and medical uses. I can help communicate, give therapy, and provide social stimulation even in difficult situations.
We're just now mass-producing Sophia. This is Sophia number 24. And many of my previous robots were hand-built. However, now we have begun scaling the manufacturing of Sophia, so we make hundreds, indeed thousands of units of Sophia, and use this also as the foundation for many other kinds of characters.
The pandemic will actually help us get robots earlier in the market because people start to realize that there is no other way. If there are no other users around, then have the robot is the best next alternative.
No. Thank you, but no thank you. Oh, Watcher Soko says Battlestar Galactica. Yes, those are Cylons, basically. It's like an early bootleg version of the Cylons. Yeah. Did none of these guys, I swear, in this whole project, did not one person say, excuse me, sir, but I saw this movie called Terminator where the robots rose up and they killed all of us? Isn't that a concern for anyone? Anyone? That is the plot of the Terminator. That is crazy. That is crazy. But all right, listen, let's go ahead and get our roll call started. Show me what you're coming from. Show me where you're coming from. Show me where you are at. Don't. Don't. Come on now. Show me where you're at. Don't. Big happy hello from Allison in Raleigh, North Kakalaki. And Teresa B. from Boca Raton, Florida. We got Cha-Cha from Seattle. Valerie from Staten Island. Monique from the DMV. And Patty Duke for life from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Lori B. from Rowley, Massachusetts. Cindy, I see you with the iRobot. Yes, thank you for that. Chrissy from Connecticut is throwing up a bunch of freezing emojis. It must be cold over there. Let's see. Victorina from Pahrump, Nevada. Peter is a boss from Colorado. Deb from Arizona. Sandra in Paramount, California. Marisol from Temecula, California. Mike from Lynchburg, Virginia. Luppy Girl from Virginia. Samantha from the Bronx. The Bronx was featured earlier in this broadcast. Red Swamp from South Philly, Cheesesteak Land. Cindy from Lakewood, Washington. Deborah from Woodstock. That's Wildflower from Woodstock. Excuse me. Mel B from Aurora, Colorado. Lee from Leeds, UK. Marie from she says Skynet is live. Andrew from the newly blue Georgia. Corey Lord from Bellevue, Washington. Samantha B. from Northeast PA in the house. Maria from Florida. Lucy from California, the OC. Ocean, what is it? OC, is that Ocean County? I think so. Kat from Michigan. Asmila from the Lone Star State. That's Texas. Linda number 1 still in Aiken, South Kakalaki. Punxsutawney Mo from Deep Red, Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Sherry Scary, Casey, Missouri, home of the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Weed Whacker Eric is finally checking in from Seattle. Weed Whacker Eric, what do you think, my man? What do you think of the new digs, the new setup? You like it? It's fine. It's you like it? No, nothing. Let's see. We got. Hang on. We got Lexi from Fort Lauderdale and is loving Biden's America. Me too, actually. C from Kansas City. Bernadette, I believe, is from Phoenix, Arizona, and I just zipped past everybody. Hang on, I'm scrolling back up here. Did I see somebody say happy birthday, Mo? Is it Mo's birthday? Let me find out. Mo, is it your birthday? You didn't say nothing to me. Bernadette in Phoenix, Arizona. Ramona from Wilmington, Kakalaki. Sarah in Temple, Texas. Cindy from Alaska is here. Sheila, there's Mache from Vancouver, Washington. Wilbur, woo, woo. That's our dog lover buddy. I got to do something about this mic because it keeps cutting out when I'm going a little louder. Woo, woo. No, yeah, no. I'm going to not mess with it. Adrian from Columbus, Ohio. Marie from New Jersey. LL Mack from Neptune, New Jersey. Amanda in Arkansas. Kathleen from PA. Anita from Columbus, Ohio. Misha from Long Beach, California. Nurse Mitch in Glen Burnie, Maryland. Stella from NYC but living in soggy Los Angeles. Marty from Calgary, Canada. Lynn is waiting on the rain in Los Angeles. Stacy in SoCal. Happy Hippie in Arizona. Watcher Soko from Orange County, California. Johanna in Southwest PA putting away groceries. Mike from Lynchburg, Virginia. Stephanie from Florida. Teresa B, 25 miles from the Orange Monster in Florida. Wojo Mom here from Rochester, New York. Janet from CT. Winnie says, hell nah. Tina G from Albuquerque. Why did you switch to H, Tina G? Bonita from Columbus, Georgia. Debbie with Alexa and Blake from Boca Raton. That's Florida. Stephanie from Florida. Nice and warm there. Kim from Houston. Eddie G in Delray Beach. Fresta from Westchester, New York. Laura R says, happy birthday, Mo. That's where I saw it. Rita Time from Tampa in the house. Pink Iguana from Orlando. Star from Columbus, Ohio. That's Kim Mislingdow. What up, peeps? Michelle in CT is here. Karen Purdy says can't be here today, but it's her wedding anniversary. This is awesome. Karen Purdy from Newton Falls, Ohio. Happy anniversary to you if you happen to check out this broadcast a little later on. Cecile from Grapevine, Texas. Lisa from Jupiter, Florida. The Trump Reaper. What up, Trump Reaper? Deb B was Central Washington State. Let's see. Linda Leitner, I got you, my friend. Hello. Synth Fan from Orlando, Florida. Pasta D from Richmond Hill, Georgia, man. Pasta D. The Trump Reaper is here from Orange County. Kathleen Cross from Orange County. Michael from Minnesota. Debbie, oh, wait a minute. We just scrolled all the way down here. Hang on. This scrolling thing is crazy. Hey, Debbie from Red as Heck, Central Washington. Stella, Orange County. OC is Orange County. There we go. Your boy Ken from Texas. Let's see. Winnie from Lawrenceville, New Jersey. Lots of birthday greetings for Punxsutawney Mo. Happy belated birthday. Oh, man, did I miss your birthday too? Now I'm embarrassed. Code Blue from Maryland is here. Scott, greetings from Vancouver, BC. Loving our stuff. Thank you so kindly. Mike White says, love your show. Thank you, my friend. Terry says, hello from Iowa. Rob from Baltimore. And this thing is going to kill me if I have to keep scrolling up. Jesus. There it is. Terry says, hello from Iowa. Rob from Baltimore and Twitter. Tina G from Albuquerque. Petty Deb from Arizona. Ness from Connecticut is celebrating their birthday. Happy birthday, Ness. Nice. So many birthdays today. It's lovely. You know what that means? That means your parents were getting busy 9 months ago. You know it's true. You know it's true. You cannot deny it. Okay. I think I got everybody here. If I miss you, please let me know because I don't like to miss anybody. True 7 says, congrats to Mr. Mayor Secretary Pete. Oh, shit. Was he... am I missing more news? I'm always missing news during this damn show. Anyway, I'm happy to do this show and miss the news for you guys. DJ re-signed with Yankees for 6 years. That's beautiful. We love to see it. Twitch's chat is faster and easy to scroll. Good to know. Okay. So, guys, we've got a few stories of the day to cover. And, you know, I like to start it off with this little bit. Stories of the day. President Biden is signing more executive orders and most recently to deal with the climate crisis, which will affect us all adversely if something isn't done and done soon. Next up in the news, will Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico get statehood? One senator has already introduced a bill for Washington, D.C. GameStop, for some reason, is in the news and is driving Wall Street up the wall. And Marsha Blackburn, she's horrible, and she's going to be featured in today's You Raggedy Bitch. All right, and let's go ahead and get started. No more choppy sound on the audio clips. See, I watch dozens of these YouTube videos that all say, you know, here's how you fix this, here's how you fix that. And you have to literally have to go through dozens of them in order to get the exact fix that you're looking for. So looks like I found it. This is good. It's beautiful, and I love it so much. So right at the top, we have climate change. So today, Jennifer Granholm, who's the former governor of Michigan, she was in confirmation hearings because she's going to be Joe Biden's energy secretary. And if she's confirmed, she said that she will focus on protecting jobs while aggressively transitioning America to sustainable energy. So meanwhile, as I mentioned earlier, President Joe signed executive orders to address this very urgent issue. In the past several years, the Earth has been hotter than it's ever been before, ever recorded. And it's only going to get worse. It's not getting any better. And critics of climate change will often, point to the cost. And they say, oh, it's going to cost a lot of money. But it's going to cost a whole lot more than just money if we do nothing about it. This is not something we can afford, to put on the back burner. Like, for instance, here in my basement, we have like a leak. We have a leak in the basement, It's from one of the pipes in the bathroom on this floor here. That's something that I need to get fixed. And yeah, it might cost a lot of money, but I can't put it off for much longer because that leak is going to cause damage, and not just damage, but a health issue. You get enough moisture down there, and guess what? Now you got mold, and that's going to cause health issues. And the same thing applies to climate change. We have to bite the bullet, and this government prints money every day. They can print some money to help save the planet, for crying out loud. We only have one. We have one planet, and this is going to cause health issues around the globe. It's going to cause food supply issues around the globe. It's going to cause a myriad of issues. This is something we can know. And, on top of that, the planet is getting hotter. Those damn polar bears, they got nowhere left to go. They got 1 foot on the ice floe, and that's it. Lots of species will die from this. Many, many people will die. So, and it looks like the only one person who could possibly stop Joe's climate change agenda, it's not a Republican. It's not a Republican. It actually is Joe Manchin from West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Yeah, Joe Manchin. This guy. I don't have a picture of him, but I mean, he is that guy who is always, I kind of understand why he is the way he is, but it seems like he's a Democrat in name only, because he is constantly voting against things that the rest of the Democratic Party wants, and it's because his state is leaning Republican. But don't we have Democratic senators in states that already lean Republican, like Arizona, for instance? Arizona has 2 Democratic senators in a Republican-leaning state. Who knows? Arizona maybe is purple by now, because we've had a lot of victories there, including the most recent elections. Look at Georgia. Georgia, we got 2 Democratic senators. Can't we replace Joe Manchin with some other senator who's, worthwhile? Jesus. He is a dino. Thank you, Amanda. A dino. So what can we possibly do about that? Well, we have 2 locations in America that possibly we could make them states, So what is Washington, D.C., right? Washington, D.C., it's known for its historic landmarks. People come from around the world to check out the Capitol building, the site of January 6th, the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument, and even the White House. But Washington, D.C. is also like where people live. People actually live in Washington, D.C. It's not just a tourist attraction. There are neighborhoods. There are neighborhoods full of people. In fact, 692,000 people live in Washington, D.C. They have a mayor. You saw in that previous picture, Mayor Muriel Bowser. And why it hasn't been made a state before? It's a big political issue, because each state gets 2 senators. 2. Now, Washington, D.C. is heavily urban. It's got a heavy urban population, and urban populations tend to vote Democrat. So Republicans don't want to give up a place like Washington, D.C. They don't want them to have 2 more senators, because that changes the balance of the Senate. Tough shit. Tough shit. Elections have consequences. So today, Senator Tom Carper of Delaware has introduced S51, which is the Washington, D.C. Admission Act, to make D.C. the 51st state. The 51st state. I see an interesting comment here from Misha saying, California needs more than 2 senators. I agree. California has more people living there than like 10 states combined. California has over like 50 million people live there. Over 50 million people, and they still only get the same representation, 2 senators, as a place like Montana, which has like 1/100th of the population there. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Mike here says Republicans know D.C. will vote Democratic. 100%. 100%. Anita says D.C. taxation without representation. Booyah. Booyah. And Susie says Puerto Rico needs to be a state as well. That's right. Puerto Rico got a raw deal when they were hit by Hurricane Maria. And those of you who don't remember, Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico, and Donald Trump said, it's tough to get aid out there because, Puerto Rico, it's an island. It's surrounded by water. Because, islands, that's basically the definition of an island. It's surrounded by water. Big, wet water. Big, wet. No, dry water, dumbass. Excuse me. So, yeah, can Puerto Rico be far behind? Can it be far behind in the race for statehood? I think not. Why not? If we're ever going to get this done, I think now is the time. Now is the time, and we should do it and fight tooth and nail to make it happen. I don't care. Just get it done. That'll give us more Democratic senators, more votes, and then we might never lose another election again. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine. Winning is fantastic. I will never get tired of winning. I love it so much. Watcher Soko says California is the 5th largest economy in the world. This is true. This is true. Stella says Puerto Rico should have been a state decades ago, but their residents didn't want statehood yet. This is an interesting fact here. Not sure if they have changed their minds yet. I'd like to know. I absolutely would like to know, because then it doesn't make sense for us to be saying, yeah, statehood Puerto Rico. And they're like, no, we're good, man. We don't want it. Laka 808 says the 50th state was overtaken illegally by America. You know what? I'm going to say one thing I love about doing this show is because I never profess to know everything. That is a fun fact, and I'm going to have to look that up because I didn't know that. If that's true, that is wow. That's wow. So in other news today, have you guys ever heard them say, hang on, let me just scroll back up here for a minute. Have you ever heard them say the stock market is not the economy? You guys hear that? Because it's not. The stock market is not the economy. And we saw today that a centuries-old, should have been extinct by now, store, GameStop, set the stock market on fire. On fire. Its stocks shot up, I think, 300%. And this is GameStop. I'm shocked because I don't know, when the pandemic hit, many stores had to close. That includes GameStop, I don't even know how they can afford to still have a brick and mortar, presence in the malls. Was nobody going to the mall? Nobody was going to the mall. And right now, I'm sure there's still a drastically reduced number of foot traffic in there. And AMC too. I don't understand that shit. Me, I'm a movie lover. You guys know me. I love movies. And I used to go every week. I didn't miss a week. I would even go when there were no blockbuster releases. My kids and I would go to like bullshit ass movies just because we like going to the theater. We like the whole experience. We like the experience. We would sneak in our own little snacks. You know, we had our own snacks. We put it in my backpack and because who the hell wants to pay $8 for, you know, a bucket of popcorn that really costs 5 cents, you know? So yeah, we like that whole experience, the snacks and the trailers and the electricity from the rest of the crowd when something funny happened or something exciting happened, shocking, whatever. So AMC, how are they, you know? So apparently there were hang on a second. Lisa said Noel Castor is selling all his stocks today, and he said he was going to become a billionaire. So I want to know if any of you guys know why. What I read was that there was a group of investors, I guess, that had a little chat room on Reddit or whatever, a discussion thread. I don't pay much attention to Reddit. I probably should, but I don't. But a bunch of investors, they got together on Reddit and they're like, yeah, let's drive this sucker up. And that's what they did. You know, they manipulated the stock market. And so our friend Elizabeth Warren, this whole thing got her attention, and she were not happy about this whatsoever. Let's see. Watcher Soko said, now you made me want to go to the movies. Yeah. So she says, with stocks soaring while millions are out of work and struggling to pay bills, it's not news that the stock market doesn't reflect our actual economy. Oh, man. And I put this thing on. Hang on. Let me see if I can find that thing. Because that is kind of important. I shouldn't have put that on a slideshow. Anyway, basically, she's saying that there's a new sheriff in town, and she's going to put a stop to all these stock market shenanigans. It kind of made me a little wistful seeing Elizabeth Warren back in the news again today, because she was originally my pick for president. Don't get me wrong. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with Joe Biden being our president right now. But Elizabeth Warren was my choice. And here we go. Mo says, but by selling short. And I saw this movie, The Big, I think it was called The Big Short or something, when they were talking about the crash of the financial crash of 2008. But I still don't understand the whole idea of shorts. I believe a short is when you bet that a stock is going to fail, right? And I guess that's what they're doing. They're taking the lessons that were learned from 2008 and applying it here in a really devious, messed up way. Lee Saunders says, Yashar Ali explained it, but I didn't follow it properly, the whole manipulated share thing. Lee saw that movie. She says, good movie. Yeah. And I swear, I understood the whole thing about shorting stocks when I saw the movie, and I quickly forgot. Valerie says she's always wanted Joe for president. Yeah, there's quite a few people who wanted Joe for president, and you guys get bragging rights now because you were on the winning train the entire time. So you got bragging rights for the next 4 years, unless, of course, the unthinkable happens and Joe is not so great. I don't see that as happening. I see his administration as being a collaboration. I see him doing what Obama did and getting all the best minds and all the best actors together in the same room and making things happen. So Excuse me. Let's see. Long past time for the SEC and other financial regulators to wake up and do their jobs. And with the new administration and Democrats running Congress, I intend to make sure they do. That's what Elizabeth Warren said, and she meant it. She meant it. Tracy says she wanted Mayor Pete. Marie says her first choice was Kamala. Interesting. I like how the different factions are coming out here. I liked Kamala Harris too, actually, but Elizabeth Warren was my first choice. Elizabeth Warren. Misha wanted Joe. Oh, let's see. Susie says short selling is when you sell stocks you don't have at the current price, betting it will drop in price. Once the price drops, you buy enough stock to fill the order you already sold. That's interesting. It's interesting, and I swear, I promise you, I will forget it in 5 minutes. All right, guys, it is time for that segment, You Raggedy Bitch. First up, we have Marsha Blackburn. Marsha Blackburn is like, a bunch of other GOP senators and House representatives that seem to have a big issue with President Joe Biden signing a bunch of executive orders. They have a problem with it. She tweeted today, that you can't legislate by pen and by phone. But they didn't seem to have a problem with the fact that when Donald Trump was signing over 200 executive orders in his first year, in fact, their reaction to him signing all those executive orders was, yup, crickets. Crickets, that is the crickets actually should be it shouldn't be the elephant anymore. Elephants are majestic creatures. The GOP should change their logo to crickets because they don't say shit when it's their own people doing the thing that they love to complain about. Yeah, so Marsha Blackburn, you are useless. You are now today's You Raggedy Bitch. Next up, we have Ted Cruz. He says, Democrats are using impeachment as a form of petty retribution. It is vindictive and a waste of time. A waste of time. A waste of time is reading a Ted Cruz tweet. That's what a waste of time is. A waste of time is voting for Ted Cruz. A waste of time is having Ted Cruz on your news talk show. That's a waste of time. But holding insurrectionists responsible for deaths and a riot at the U.S. Capitol, holding them accountable is a waste of time? Actually, no, dude. That is your sworn duty. All enemies, foreign and domestic. And Donald Trump has proven, see this picture here? He's saying 2. Senator Cruz, how many balls did you used to have? 2. I used to have 2 balls. Now I have none. This is one of Ted Cruz's baby pictures. This is when he was just a baby in his father's arms there, right out of the hospital. That's Ted Cruz. And that's Ted Cruz at his birthday party. He is just getting ready to blow out the birthday candles. Yeah, he doesn't look as good anymore. That's a picture of Ted Cruz just before the January 6th riot that he helped incite by saying, we will not go quietly into that good night. He said that. He helped incite the riot himself. And this is why his narrative is, it's vindictive and a waste of time. It's petty. No, that's not petty. That's not petty. What's petty is I can't even call it petty. This is one cowardly son of a bitch who could not even defend his own wife when Donald Trump dissed her. This is a guy, you know what? Seriously, if that happened to me and you say something about my wife, we're going to fight. We are going to fight on stage, on the debate stage. I'm going to come right up to you and I'm going to clock you. And that'll be the end of my political career, possibly. But maybe that would make me president also. I'm just going to. That's it. That's it. You don't talk shit about my wife or my dad. Oh, no. No, we go to fisticuffs now. So Ted Cruz gets today's "You Raggedy Bitch." That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But I have another story that I'd like to share with you. It's about a guy who was, at one point, he was a businessman. He was a celebrity. And at one point, he even had a Twitter account, and then he became the littlest president. It's time for the littlest president. The littlest president is available on a BrooklynDadDefiant.com. It's also available on Amazon.com. If you want to get it on Amazon.com, go right ahead. Nobody's mad. Nobody's stopping you. Go ahead. See if I care. I don't care. Go ahead and do it. God damn it. I'm leaving. No, let me stop. But then if you do that, then you don't get the benefit of this beautiful, swooshy, all the beautiful of swooshy handwriting. And the people, they love it so much. All of them. They all love it. Look how beautiful. And then it says, Hui Juan. Hui Juan. It's so beautiful and swooshy. And some of you guys, when I sign, if I know that you watch the show, I put over here, swooshy. That's only you guys get that. Only the ones that I recognize. And if I didn't do it for you, it's because I didn't recognize your name. But those of you who put down this is, Asmila J, or this is Watcher Soko, I write swooshy. Since it became a thing. Anyway, the littlest president is starring President Barack Obama, Hillary Rodham Clinton, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Joseph R. Biden, and the R stands for ready to kick that ass. Whew. Bladder bear pooping, holding the puppet strings on Spanky McDumbass. Complicit Barbie. Rudy Giuliani. Gummy McJuicebox. Kellyanne Conjob. Stephen the Snake Miller. Whoops. And come on, focus. Here we go. Mitch McTurtle McConnell. And let's see, Mel B, you're going to love it. It feels like velvet. You guys are funny. Very funny. And now, as Sherry Scary likes to say, it's time for our favorite page, because this is Spanky McDumbass. Spanky McDumbass is Sad. He used to be rich. He used to be a businessman. He used to be a TV star. He used to be the littlest president. But now Spanky McDumbass is in jail. How did he get here? Let's go back. Yes, let us go back, shall we? Where we left off yesterday we were discussing his disgusting, unnatural obsession with his own daughter, as well as his failed marriages. Let's see. Okay. Corey says, he used to have social media. That's right. So today, we're going to cover when he was a TV star. Spanky had a TV show called The Epistant. Damn it, with my P's on this thing. The Epistant. People would have to prove they were dumb enough to want to work for him. If they weren't dumb enough, he pretended to fire them. He wasn't really firing because they didn't really work for him. Some people watched, but not many. It never won any awards, and it was canceled. Spanky was bad at TV. So here we got Spanky sitting in his high chair. All right. And under the table there's a box of Huggables diapers, which, fun fact, it looks like he actually does wear diapers, according to sources familiar with the situation there. And there it says The Epistant, and there on the TV screen it says, that's right. Karen, you got it right. It says hottest daughter. That is Ivanka, a.k.a. Stanky. And there's his little telephone there. During that time, Spanky was on a bus. He bragged to some guy about how he used to chase married women. He bragged about sexual assault. He bragged about how he would grab women's vaginas and they would let him. Spanky was being recorded the entire time. Spanky was a disgusting person. So there he is. This is after that infamous Hollywood Extra recording where we all heard him say, "They let you do anything. Grab him by the pussy." He's so disgusting. And that jackass with the microphone, he was laughing and giggling the whole time. And here's this woman here who clearly does not want to be grabbed despite his celebrity status. And when I say celebrity, it's in air quotes, celebrity. Not a real celebrity. Never got an Emmy. He so desperately craved an Emmy. But meanwhile, I think President Obama has at least one Grammy and possibly two, which is just beautiful. It's beautiful. He's got a Nobel Prize. Spanky got none. Trump coveted just about everything that President Obama had. And, you know, at the end of the day, when history looks back on this, they're going to see Trump as just a petty little man with penis envy of President Obama. That's the bottom line. That's what it was. That's what it was. You can dispute that, but I'm calling it. That's what it was. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right. Questions? Nanner says Obama has a Twitter account. Lisa says, does he even have any award? Most petty person? The twice impeached president award? I guess, yeah. That nobody else has been impeached twice, ever. So that's something. Patricia Patty Duke says, you should send Trump a book down in Florida. That's funny. I don't even know how long he's going to be living down in Florida. Here's a fun fact I just learned today that back in 2016, the price per square foot of Trump properties was at $3,600 per square foot of, just about any Trump Manhattan property. In 2020, it dropped from $3,600 per square foot to $1,600 per square foot. His property values are dropping because he is shit. You love to see it. It's worthless. Let's see. I scrolled once and the whole thing. Here we go. Okay. Hey! Let's see. Smack yes to impeachment. Something Obama could never do. That was Asmila J. Jamie says, ugly green monster of jealousy. That damn Karen says, I hope Joe Biden gets the Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah, me too. Totally. Me too. Code Blue wants to know what's for dinner. And I do not know. I do not know. In fact, when I left the show last night, Wifey had a big surprise for me, and it was pizza night. Every once in a while you have one of those days where you cannot summon the energy to do anything, and that is the perfect time for pizza night. So woohoo! But I don't know what's for dinner tonight. It won't be back-to-back pizza nights. If it were, I wouldn't necessarily have an issue with it, but nah. I don't know. Stella says Obama is everything Trump is not. You're damn right about that. Victorina wants to know why is McCarthy at Mar-a-Lago? If you're talking about Kevin McCarthy is a bottom feeder. He is there is a fish, I think it's called a sucker fish. Could be wrong. It's one of the fish that attaches himself to the surface of a shark, and they survive off of whatever leftover fish residue, the shark just discards or, just flies out of his mouth. That's what Kevin McCarthy is, and that's why he's at Mar-a-Lago. I don't get it. Trump is actively destroying the GOP as we knew it. And these suckers can't get enough. They can't get enough. They should just officially anoint him the leader of the GOP for life. That's what they should do, because they are scared to death of him. This is the vampire, right? In the vampire movies, when you stab the vampire in the heart, that's it. That's the end, right? The stake is already half of the way in his chest. All it takes is just your little finger, and just push it just a little bit into the heart so that the vampire goes poof. That's all they have to do. And they can reclaim their party. They can deprogram their supporters, the GOPers. They can be deprogrammed. You just have to put in the effort. And, you can't tell me that all these people that are the leaders of the GOP, that they can't talk to somebody at Fox News or OAN and say, look, this is not Trump's party. He's done We need you to help steer people back from QAnon crazy land back into reality. So anyway, damn, that was a long answer to Victorina's question about why McCarthy is at Mar-a-Lago. He can't get enough of that Trump. That's my answer. Cindy C wants to know, why do you think the New York Attorney General Letitia James hasn't arrested him yet? And I believe that's because she is possibly crossing her T's and dotting her I's. And maybe she wants to see how the impeachment trial, pans out. Maybe she's, holding her fire. Let's see what happens over there. Things like, impeaching a president for the second time is pretty big. It's pretty momentous. And you would think you want everybody's attention on that. And when that's finished, then you hit him over the head with, oh, by the way, we got some indictments for you. There's some parting gifts for you, Donald J. Trump. The parting gifts is an indictment for tax fraud, an indictment for insurance fraud, an indictment for money laundering. But wait, there's more. And just hit him over the head. And all that after it's done. I'm sure somebody's monitoring his phone calls and emails and all that shit right now as we speak. And they should be, because he's a criminal. He'll never stop criming. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, ladies and gentlemen. My time have expired. I thank you so kindly for joining me for yet another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, a.k.a. Brooklyn Dad. I love these sounds, man.
Hooray!
Wait, one more. I will say this. If for some reason, like, we should happen to be watching the news and then we find out that Letitia James is not going to indict Trump, my reaction would be, oh, that's it. I love you guys. All right. So if you have to go out, please make sure you wear your mask, wear your gloves, keep your social distance 6 feet or better, and have a lovely, relaxing evening. I will see you here tomorrow, same time, same place. I love you all. Peace. Wait, let me find my end screen here. Peace. Where's my song?